It's a cold day here at the shop, but we got work to do. We're still in phase 1, which is organizing the shop. Phase 2, I guess, would be finishing it, installation, things like that. So for phase 1, I took a trip to Harbor Freight and got a 60-inch 3-drawer workbench, wood workbench, and 2 of these tool cabinets. Right now I just have this rolling workbench that folds up. It works okay, but I'm going to put the wood workbench here, cabinets up here. But today our goal is just to get the workbench done and then a little bit of organization out here on the floor. So let's get at it. This is the Yukon 60-inch 3-drawer hardwood workbench that provides 1,200 square inches of workspace for a variety of woodworking projects with a 600-pound working load capacity. The 3 drawers are felt lined, and it comes with 4 wood pegs and 4 anvil pegs for securing workpieces. Also included is a 7-inch wood block vise. Multiple peg holes are pre-drilled in the bench top. This is always the fun part, having to unbox and organize everything. So I got everything laid out, kind of in order, just by number. That way as I go through the steps I can find the parts that I need. It looks pretty simple to put together. It has all the hardware here. It comes with a little Allen tool. I'm having to pull my gloves off every now and then to put them in front of the heater to stay warm, and take a sip of my coffee with a little bit of Irish cream and Jameson. Gotta stay warm out here. Alright, part 1 done. It's pretty simple. Everything's labeled nice. The numbers, the desk here, or the table here says front. Just a couple bolts that go, I guess it'd help if I point where it goes. Just a couple bolts that go through here. Tightened up with these nuts here, the bottom tray. So yeah, it's going pretty quick. So now I have it upside down, and I'm attaching the legs to the top. And what we're using are these screws here. So it has 3 holes pre-drilled. But it's kind of hard to know if you're lined up with the pilot hole down beneath. So I started one here, I pushed that all the way through, lifted it up, and guided it down, and started that one there, along with the backside here. But these still aren't squared up. So one thing I'm going to do going to loosen up these bolts a little bit to give it a little bit more play. And then I'm going to take my clamp and clamp down the other ends here to square it up. So now I got this one started here, and I should be able to square this up. Boom. So now I feel pretty good about where those other screws are going. So we're getting there. As I'm looking at it, so this rolling workbench I have now, this cross beam here is pretty high, so I have room to store stuff underneath. Looking at this one, there's not much room. Now, this little footlocker is different gun accessories, shooting stuff. So I'm going to actually have this stored somewhere else. I'm going to have all my hunting, fishing, shooting stuff in one spot on the other side of the shop. But I do need it to be able to clear this. This is just kind of a box of randomness for whatever kind of project I got going on. So I do need it to clear this grenade box, and I don't think it will right now. So as of right now, so 8 1/4 is the clearance I'll get, and I need 11 1/2. So I need to gain, about 3 inches. That's what she said. So in my junk box, I believe I have some junk. Got some horseshoes, a couple license plates, a little pulley, chain. I'm looking for. I have some wheels I can add. Junk box over to the junk drawer. There we go. Now these ones, I only have 3 for some reason. I believe I have 4 of these ones though. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That should do it. When putting the drawers together, if you just screw the front and sides together, you can end up with the notches not matching up. So I suggest putting the bottom in place on the front notch and then adding the side piece. That way it slides into the notch before you screw it together. So I am going to pass on these for now, just because this plate will fit this way, but that's not the way I want the wheel. I want the wheel this way, so the holes actually hang over the leg a little bit. So I got to figure out a way to either drill a hole through here and have a strap going around holding this in place at the bottom there or something. So I'm just going to put it off for now. Overall, looks pretty good. So what are the pros and cons of this workbench? So my first impression, here's the cons I have. It's not level. It's pretty wobbly. So I gotta look into that a little bit. I mean, that's quite a bit of wobble to it. The drawers they don't have the smoothest tracks. They're not the highest quality tracks, but they're okay. And for me, I wish it was a little bit taller. I'm gonna add the wheels on it so that'll raise it up 5-6 inches or so. That'll help out a lot. And then just the quality of the material. It is, I'll say it's a mid-range, so it's not the worst. So it's better than like an IKEA dresser or something, but it does have like this, the fake particle board, cardboard stuff that you do drill into and drill through. So you got to be careful, trying not to split it, and making sure it's lined up right. I will say though, for using this type of material, this is probably a higher quality of this type of material. It's really thick, and when you put the drawer together, it's notched on the front and on the sides. So you slide it into the notch, but then you actually have to screw it into the back, which holds it together, versus like just another little notch that tries to hold everything together. So it makes for a really sturdy drawer. The pros is the size of the top here. It's perfect size for me. It's what I want. Having this vise here with the peg holes here for woodworking is great. I was going to get the other workbench that they have there at Harbor Freight that has the pegboard on the back there and a light. But I really want to focus more on woodworking, so this will work great for me. I can add pegboard here and hang some tools and get a light if I want to. Having this vise is pretty good. I might mount another vise over here. It's pretty easy to put together. Overall, nothing came up that was out of the ordinary for this type of a self-assembly desk, workbench, thing like that. The instructions aren't the best, so it takes a minute. You really got to read and kind of see what they're putting together. The pictures don't quite match exactly what this table looks like, but it wasn't. Again, it's pretty simple, so there was nothing that popped up that I did wrong or did backwards or anything like that. And I can't find exactly how much weight the bottom shelf can hold. What's the actual load capacity? So I will probably reinforce it underneath a little bit. And then finally, it costs $200. So that's up to you whether or not that's a pro or con. For what it is, I'd say that's probably about the highest I would like to pay for it. So it's not horrible, but again, it's a mid-range quality, so it's a mid-range price. That's probably on the lower end actually, so that's not bad.